is Corena Hammer, and yoga found me at a time when I was doing a lot of athletics. I was racing a lot of triathlons, and I started reaching inside myself for a different kind of insight, different kind of openness. I had started having some health issues, and I needed to start moving from my core and find strength within inside myself in a way that was connected to my own authenticity and to what I was honestly feeling. And yoga's healed me in so many ways. It's given me a sense of balance in my life. I had been white knuckling through so many things, and that kind of living, that kind of energy didn't work anymore. I needed to become a warrior, a meditative warrior, and I was able to do that. And it's become my dharma, my calling to teach yoga. And I hope you take this journey with me and begin your own practice. Namaste.
Hi everybody, I'm Corena Hammer, and this is yoga and meditation to balance anxiety. So sometimes during the winter time, or sometimes if our Vata dosha gets out of balance, the mind gets on this high-speed wobble, and this particular practice is going to help with that. We're going to use blocks and straps from Hugger Mugger to help us with this. So bring yourself to a comfortable seated position, and right out of the gate, if you feel any tension in your lower back or if your knees don't come to the ground, put a block underneath your hips and put a midpoint lift in the lower back. We're going to start with complete breath. So place your left hand on your belly and your right hand on your side ribs. And as you inhale slowly, take the breath into the belly, then the ribs, then the chest. And as you exhale, release the chest, the ribs, and the belly. And again, as you inhale, make sure you go into the belly first, then the ribs, and then the chest. Maybe even a little pause at the top of that inhale. And then as you exhale, release the breath first from the chest, the ribs, and then the belly. You can place your hand on your chest as well if that feels more comfortable to you. But just taking those slow inhales with a pause and slow exhales with a pause so that we feel our belly, our ribs, and our chest open. So as you feel confident in that, you can just release your hands down to your thighs and breathe in and out with complete breath. And let's begin the yoga part of our practice. Come to your hands and knees and place the block in your inner thighs so that you feel a squeezing of the inner thighs. You want to use your strength as you exhale and lower your knees, chest to chin to Cobra, Bhujangasana. Inhale. And as you exhale, come into downward facing dog, squeezing the block, and breathe here. As you inhale, come to a high push-up. And as you exhale, release your knees, chest, chin. Inhale, open your heart. Don't use too much arm strength, use more of your heart. And as you exhale, come to downward facing dog again. Using your strength when you have anxiety uses that excessive energy first, so that's what we're doing here. Exhale from high to low push-up, and then as you inhale, come to upward facing dog this time if you want, rolling over the tops of the toes. Exhale, maybe even a big push-up in there to downward facing dog. Breathe in and out here. And as you inhale, come to your hands and knees, roll over your toes, and remove the block from your thighs. Our spine gets tight when we have anxiety, so just drop your skull and round, and then as you inhale, open your throat, sink through the belly. Exhale, round through the belly, look at your belly. Shift over to one side and release your hips back. Come up on the other side. Inhale. As you exhale, shift your hips to the other side, release them back towards your heels, and as you inhale, come up on the opposite side, moving through your spine. Good. Go ahead and grab the block, place it underneath your forehead, and come to Balasana, child's pose. Release your hips back onto your heels. So we're going to push and then yield in this particular practice, preparing our body for a quiet mind. placing the block underneath your forehead allows your skull to relax, using that complete breath again. And it places a little bit of pressure on the forehead where we tend to hold all of our worries about the future. Bring your hands forward and roll yourself up from that. And bring your blocks to the front of your mat, about shoulder width apart. If you're not very flexible, go ahead and turn the blocks onto the medium height. As you inhale, lift your left foot up, and as you exhale, step it forward in a lunge. Good. Inhale, open through the heart, open your chin, and as you exhale, straighten the front thigh just a bit. Inhale, opening, and as you exhale, straighten up through the front thigh a bit, drop your skull. Good. Keep moving in and out through that. You actually want to push your palms into the blocks. This gives us a sense of groundedness, which is super helpful for anxiety. Good. The next time you exhale, keep the front thigh straight, turn the back heel down, and reach open through your right arm for Trikonasana, triangle posture. So that block is by the calf rather than the ankle in this particular posture. You're opening your top rib and hip. As you exhale, overextend that top right arm for Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle posture. Make sure your feet are grounded, using complete breath. As you inhale, reach your right arm back up. And as you exhale, turn back into the lunge position. Exhale, straighten the front thigh again. Inhale, bending the knee. Exhale as you straighten it. Good. Bend the front knee, staying here. Put the blocks up on the tall position, and we're coming into pyramid posture. So we want to release our back and our pelvis. And so if you've decided that you can now bring the blocks to the medium height, go ahead and do that. But it's all about being supported in this posture rather than your hands coming up off the blocks. You actually really want to feel the support of the blocks. Inhale, bend your front knee again, setting the blocks just inside your palms. Exhale, step back to a high push-up and lower. The blocks will stop you from going too low. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, maybe again a push-up to downward facing dog, breathing in and out. Step your left foot forward in the lunge, and then turn to a wide leg forward fold. With the blocks underneath the palms, staying in a half lift, ground through your feet. Now, if you wanted to, for the half lift, if you need the blocks on the tall position, then do that. A lot of times in a yoga class, they'll challenge us by having our arms reach out, and that's great to challenge your lower back and your core. But when we have anxiety, we need a sense of support and groundedness. So using the blocks during this particular time is super helpful. Again, you can adjust to any height that you need to. The next time you exhale, fold down and release your lower back, shaking your head yes and no. Inhale, a half lift again, and as you exhale, turn towards the right side and bring the blocks with you. Inhale, open through the chest, bending the front knee, and exhale, straightening the thigh. And breathing in, bending the front knee again. And as you breathe out, straighten the front thigh. The blocks will help your feet stay grounded, and when we have anxiety, the energy tends to lift up into our body too much, and so we want to push the energy down into the blocks, down into the feet. Good, and again on this side, taking triangle posture, straighten the front knee. The block can be any height that's right for you. Breathing in, and as you exhale, open your left arm. So you want from your top left wrist and shoulder to your bottom right shoulder and wrist to be on one straight line if at all possible. Look down if you're feeling any neck tension at all. And as you exhale, the next time you can overextend that top arm over the ear for extended triangle. The arches of the feet are lifting energy up into the thighs. Again, adjust your head or neck in any position possible to be therapeutic to feeling better. The next time you exhale, come down into a lunge, bend your front knee. And then exhale, straightening the front thigh. Inhale as you bend and open. Exhale as you straighten. Breathing in, the heart opens. Breathing out, bringing it straight. And then stay here for pyramid posture. So both thighs straight, hands on the block. Release the back of your neck. Release your shoulders. Breathe in and out. That complete breath, just like we did in the beginning of our practice. As you inhale, come to a half lift. Bring the blocks with you to a wide leg forward fold. And then just place your right hand down on the block and extend your left arm up into the air for a twist. Again, you can adjust the block a little bit higher. And if you do that, you might even be able to take that top left arm and wrap the palm all the way down to the inner thigh. And really open up through the heart. And breathe in and out. You want the block to be the right height so that you can push into it. And then inhale, if your arm is bound, release it, and exhale, bring it down. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, right arm coming up above the left, and maybe even hooking that top right palm onto the left inner thigh, and then reopening through your chest. Push into your feet. When we have anxiety, we don't want to just open, and open, because that can leave us feeling a little too raw. So we use our strength, and then we use our openness. So we push, then we yield. And then as you exhale, unravel from that. And bring both hands down to the block. And go ahead and turn towards that left leg again, and bring the block on the left side underneath your left hip. And we're going to take that front foot and heel toe it across, maybe even towards the right armpit or towards the right front hip with the block underneath the left for Ekapada Raja, Kapotasana Pigeon. Bring your extra block underneath your forehead. So again, we want to feel the groundedness and the support that the earth has to offer. When we have anxiety, we want to pull the energy up from Mother Earth rather than storing all of the energy in our upper body and in our mind. So we breathe in and out here. If you're feeling any tension in that front knee, just bring your front foot back a little bit closer to your hip, and that will help. And you're using the complete breath here, breathing in and out. Lift that back knee up a little bit, and then lift your upper body up. Bring yourself to your palms, hook your back toes, and then step back to downward facing dog. And shift the block to the other side. As you exhale, step that right foot forward and heel toe it across. So you just want to make sure that the block's either underneath the sit bone or underneath the front thigh, the hamstring in some way. And this will support the pelvis. And then again, drop your skull down to the front block. Having a block underneath your forehead is going to do a couple things for us. First of all, it's going to help us to release the neck and the shoulder girdle. And when you do that, then the energy can release from your upper body and flow down towards the pelvis and the thighs and the feet, which will help us to balance. And keeping that complete breath as you're in this particular posture. And relaxing through your jaw and the ribs and the hips. Taking the tension out of the body so that the mind can relax for meditation. Go ahead and bring yourself up to your palms, hook your back toes. And then this time, swing your back leg forward so you're sitting on your block. And then put both blocks together so that you can sit on them for a seated forward fold. Pull the flesh off your sits bones. Fix your top and your hair as well if you need to do that. I like to use a strap around the soles of my feet because, again, it gives me this sense of groundedness. And so it helps me anchor my lower back upward And so my nervous system can straighten out. As I exhale, I draw down. Notice I'm bending my elbows. I'm not using my arm strength to pull down. I'm just simply holding the strap on my feet, and I'm igniting some energy in my thighs so that the posture has, again, some firmness, some action, some push with the yield of the stretch. So don't use the strap in order to crank on your thighs. That will end up eventually creating an injury for you. I'm breathing in and out here. Create space in your lungs, some openness on your back body. Another thing that you can do is maybe you're really flexible. You can use the block to assist you if you're too flexible as well. So a lot of students don't know this, but blocks can help. If you've lost sensation in your forward fold, just sitting on your mat with your legs nice and long, block at the feet, and it's the same movement forward. Exhale when you come forward. And now reaching around the block instead of your feet. So it gives you that additional way of finding a new edge in this particular posture, using your complete breath, feeling it rolling into your body like a wave, receiving it, and rolling back out of your body like a wave, offering it. When we balance the body, we can balance the mind. Inhale as you lift back up and come to a comfortable seated position facing me. I can definitely allow my legs to come down to the mat in this Sukhasana easy pose, but you know what feels great is tucking the blocks underneath my thighs. It makes me feel so much more supported. So if you're tight and your knees don't come down, or even if you're flexible enough for them, go ahead and put the blocks underneath. So a hand mudra that you can use is bringing your index finger and thumb together, palm up, or if you need some energy from the earth, touch your two middle fingers and your thumb together, turn your palms down. Or sometimes I like to just bring my palms to my heart, my spiritual heart, Anahata, the fourth chakra. And I just feel my heartbeat, and I am coupling my heart to the rhythm of the earth instead of the rhythm of my mind. I'm using that complete breath. And I feel a sense of my sits bones almost being like the roots of trees, drawing down into the earth, anchoring. Feeling that Mother Earth energy come back up into my body. I feel my heart slowing down and my breath slowing down. I feel my shoulders and neck releasing tension, almost like it's steam coming off of a warm lake on a crisp morning. I feel my eyes dropping deep into their sockets, retreating from the world. My forehead starts to relax, my jaw, and the back of my skull where I feel my wires being tangled or frayed. I just feel them being soothed with my breath. And as I empty out from anything that feels excessive, I fill myself up with light. So any color of light that feels right to you, start to feel it draw into your body from the crown of your head into your face and jaw and neck, shoulders, the front of your heart and the back, through the torso, the hips, and the legs. Rub your palms together until they feel warm and cup them lightly over your eyes in order to get your eyes to relax and retreat. With anxiety, they tend to open too wide. Then rub your palms together again and cup them over your ears so we feel a little more protected from the sounds around us. And then again, rub them together until you feel them really warm. One on the front of your skull at your forehead and one on the back. And you're just balancing the mind, the front and the back of the mind. Bring your hands to heart center. And then dip your lips down onto your prayer. The light which lies within my heart honors and greets that same light which lies within yours. Namaste.